back to my channel and welcome to my Christmas special, my Christmas video. So I hope you're all feeling in the Christmas spirit and you're all well. I've got a bit of a cold, so it's, don't like colds at Christmas, but anyway, it's one of those things. Okay, so this time I've done a restoration, and I started this one before I went on holiday, but I finished it when we came back, and then I've been every night after work trying to do my silly little bit that I do at the end. So the restoration this time is going to be the Dinky Toys Johnston road sweeper, and that's the 4D series one. I can't remember what number it is, but that's one that was donated to me by Mr. David Williamson quite some time ago. I did have a bit of trouble with it, as you'll see, but anyway, we got there in the end, and I do hope that you enjoy my other bit of the video. So do the restoration first, and in the next bit it'll be my usual silliness, as I've said, so I hope you enjoy that. And yeah, that's it really. Another year nearly over, so enjoy this one. You know, as I always say, sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one, and see what I did this time. So all I've got to say now is have a very happy Christmas, all of you, and all our best wishes from me and Monica to you all, and thank you very much for watching my videos this year. Okay, so we'll see you again just before New Year. I'll do my usual review of the models I've done, and you'll see some of them in this video this time, but not all of them. So I hope you'll be looking forward to that one as well. Anyway, we'll get on with the video now, so enjoy. Right, let's take a closer look at this one. As you can see, it's from Mr. David Williamson. Now, he sent me this quite a long time ago, and I haven't got round to doing it as yet. Now, they're 2 bits, and that's good because it's 2 bases I can use. I've got the choice of 2, and the good part is David's already taken the paint off for me, stripped it down, and this too, so that is an added bonus for me. Right, so basically let's start with this. The cab is good. It's got a slight bend in the pillar, not much. We can straighten that out quite easily. We got no tyres, but I have got spare tyres. I've got a bag of spares here, some bits and pieces from other ones that I've scrapped. I had one with a knackered cab, but the doors were on it, and I've collected all the bits and pieces. So I've got tyres, interior, the 2 doors, the bit for the back of the sweeper, the suction hose, and then the other bit here, the chute that goes on the side. So that's alright, we got enough bits for this. The base is slightly bent up, but so is this one. I'm not sure which is the better of the two, but I'll have a closer look at them and I'll decide which one I'm going to use. The interior is in this one. It's blue interior, but I prefer the fawn interior or off-white, so I will use the other interior. Steering wheel's missing, but I've got one on the other interior, but I'll still obviously keep this one. I've got the windscreen unit as well. I'll spare one of those. So yeah, there's not an awful lot to do with this. I think I've got a better brush than that one that can go on it. This side brush is quite good, just needs a clean. Yeah, we'll have to get that's got a bent axle, I think, slightly. We'll have to get these wheels off, or some of these wheels off, one each side maybe, and I'm not sure. This cog is loose on there, that pulley, so I'm not sure quite how we're going to do this. Okay, so we'll just get the screwdriver and then we'll take all this apart and then get it cleaned up and then see how we go from there. Okie dokie. Right, okay, we've got the tools, so we'll undo it. Start with this screw on the front here. Just might need to get a pot to put all that in. Got my pots that I had the other stuff in for the other models I've already done. But I'll have to take the labels off. I'll put new ones. Right, okay, so we'll put the old screw in there. Undo this one now. So my work is a lot less than normal because I don't have to really put this in the caustic. Maybe this bottom piece I might have to because it's got paint on, so anyway, we'll see. So that's the cab off. Get this interior out. I probably, well, like I said probably before, that I won't use this interior. I'll use the other one I've got, but I will wash that and put it aside, keep it, because I have got some other projects I want to do with the Ford castings. I think these pillars might be very slightly pushed in, so I'm going to have to just pull them out a little bit. I don't want to break them. Yeah, that's better. That one, just a little squeeze. Not too bad. I did notice there's quite a bit of casting lines on there. I don't know if you can see up there above the indicator and down there, so we'll try and get the biggest of that out with a file. We'll do that off camera. Might need to just go along there a little bit with a file because that is a bit dented. But other than that, there's not a lot to do. Just a good wire brush. Right, okay. What next? I need a Phillips screwdriver for that bit. I can find my little Phillips screwdriver. There you go. Not sure if it's big enough. Not really. Not really. I've been rummaging around in my toolbox, everything's a bit upside down. So we'll take that screw out. That one out. I think this is, a lot of this has already been all undone before, I'm not sure, but anyway. Okay, so we've got a little cog in there which is fixed to the brush. I don't know if that will come out or not, don't think so. It might do if I knock down on that. I'll have to have a look at that, I'm not sure. No, I'll have a look at that later. Probably I'll just knock that down gently with a punch and hopefully that cog should come off. It's all rusty, it needs a good clean up. Okay, so we've got the brush, which is, it's okay. It needs a good defluff. Needs a good defluff, and it's very slightly bent. As what, you know, per what most of them are like. So we'll chuck that in the pot as well. The back just lifts up there and pushes backwards, and then off that comes. So that's alright. Again, just needs a good wire brush. What now? I will probably get these wheels off. I've already pulled that one off because they were tight. And I've had to literally well, hammer them off. What I did is put these like behind the wheel like that, and then I've just turned it over, put it on the edge of my bench, and then just hammered down on that bit there, and that's what's got that off. I think that was the only way to do it because they are so tight. But these I don't really want to paint them because they weren't painted, so I will just clean those up. So chuck that in there, that won't go in the caustic. Same with this one, I did the same way to pull that off. Now I don't know if it's necessary for me to undo this and get that axle off. I don't really know what to do. Don't know whether to push that cog across. Maybe. Can I tap that? I don't know. I don't want to knacker it. Yes, I can tap that. So that just taps off. That's on a spline in that axle. So that's alright. We'll get that off there. And hopefully we'll remember which way it goes. I will use this one, you know, just to see. Both of these bases are bent, so they both need straightening. So I'll stick with this one and see if I can straighten it okay. This one's been in the caustic already, so I could use this one. I think I was originally going to, but now I've dismantled this, I'm probably going to go and stick with this one. Right, a lot of fluff and yuck on there, so I'm figuring maybe I can just push that one through the same. Might need a punch for that. Do I have a small enough punch somewhere? I think. And that might be okay. Let's see. We'll give her a little tap. It's going. Well, something's going anyway. Okay, so that's probably as far as it's going to be going. And if I can do the same trick with this. going through. It's very rusty, that shaft, so I think it's just the rust holding it. Yeah, she's going there. That's gone. So that's got that out. Righty tighty. So that's pretty much ready for the caustic. I'll try and straighten that. I'll just hammer it out on the anvil. Well, not the anvil, but my vise has got an anvil-y bit on it, so I'll just do that down there and see if I can straighten it. There, that's pretty much straightened it. Might not be 100%, but we'll try it before we paint it, see if all the bits go back together okay or not. Okay, so I've got the other bit somewhere, parts that I've had, the doors and that, so I will try those doors on this cab because they will probably need filing, especially this passenger door. They always seem to give trouble on these models, and I will try them and file them as necessary before we start to paint. Anyway, this piece has got to go in the caustic because it's still got the silver paint on, and the doors have to go in the caustic, so we'll do that and then I'll come back to you. I won't show you the caustic soda part because I'm going to do, as I've said before, I'm doing a batch of models and I'm putting them all in together because I'm tight and I don't want to use too much caustic soda, but I don't want to spoil the next video for you by showing you what's all in the caustic soda, so I won't show that bit. I'll show it after it comes out and with it all cleaned up and wire brushed. Okay then, we'll catch you then. Right, okay, now I've just test fitted the cab and that to see about the doors, and I realised this base is for a cab with no door, or not with no doors, but with fixed doors, non-opening doors. So I can't use it for this restoration. What I'm going to have to do, I have got another one, another base. Where did I put it? Oh, which I can use, and you can see that that's the difference. You've got to have these little things each side for the doors to fit into. So this model, it was the wrong base for it. It was obviously off another one. You know, it was all bits and pieces, which is fair enough, which is great. I haven't got a cab with fixed doors, like I say, so I will keep this, and I'm going to try and find a cab with fixed doors. I'll just look on eBay and any rough models that come up that's got that kind of cab, then I'll get it, and I will do another sweeper because I do want to do another 2 different versions of the sweeper. One version I want to do in the old colours of the states of Jersey vehicles. It was public services or public works in those days, and that would have been the right era. That the colour, I won't say the colour I want to do it because it'll spoil it. So I want to do that from the time when they actually used these Ford Johnston sweepers, and I want to do one in the colours that the states of Jersey vehicles are today. So those of you that saw my Mercedes video, Mercedes sweeper, I did that in the colours of the modern day. So that I'll say that was yellow and white. So I do want to do one of these older ones in the same colour. So okay, you've seen the rigmarole of undoing all this, so I won't bore you again with this one, but we're going to go ahead and use this one. The same, the front's a little bit bent there. This one's got the drive band, the drive belt, the metal one. I do have some new ones there from the Mammoth steam engine parts. I think it was it CWJ Steam or so, CW Steam or models, I can't remember now, because I used to do these Mammoth engines and Walesko engines with my youngest son, who's now grown up and a mechanic. So I had a few of these belts left over, but you can still get them, and you just cut them to size, and they kind of screw in. One end screws into the other. It's like got a cone sort of, you know, it goes narrow, a conical sort of shape on the end, and it screws into the other side of the belt. But anyway, we can use this one because it's pretty good, and the brush is probably a bit better on this one as well, so, and that one. So we're going to use this one. So I'll dismantle all that, and then, like I said before, we'll come back to you when it's all, that's been in the caustic and it's all wire brushed and cleaned up, ready for the primer. Okie dokie. Right, so I've just put the cab on, and both doors are, well, this one's sticking very hard, as they usually do on the passenger side. So it's sticking there, so I'm going to have to file a bit off there, and I'm not sure about down there, but I'm going to have to take them off again and then file them a bit and then put them back on again, and keep doing that until I get it right. That one doesn't sit great at all. As you can see, there's quite a big gap at the top, and there's a gap a bit at the bottom as well, so they're not a great fit. That one's less tight than the passenger door, which is usually the case with these. So I'm going to mess around with that, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got these doors opening and shutting. Well, that one's a bit loose now. Maybe when it's got some paint on it, it might just tighten up a bit. This one's a little bit tighter, but it doesn't rub anymore. So hopefully that's going to be alright when it's painted. Just got to file a bit the edge there where I've been filing it flat. I need to file it that way a little bit as well. I've done some of the casting lines in there, but they're really deep, so it's not a great thing. I suppose a little bit of filler should go in there. I'll see. I might use some filler primer. That might be adequate. Okay. Right, that's all the parts cleaned up, wire brushed, ready for putting the primer on, and that's what I'm going to go out and do now. It's just getting dark, so yeah, well, the primer should be alright, but not ideal conditions, but there you go, at least it's dry. Okie doke, so we'll catch you when that's done, and then we'll see what colours we're going to use. Right, that's all. Got the primer on. I've put some masking tape over part of the cab and the primer because I want to do this front bit white. Actually, that piece has slipped now. It's not critical. You know, the critical part will be masking off the actual front bit once it's painted white. It's just basically to stop the white going too much on the cab. So yeah, it's all in primer. You can slightly see the seam there. I did file it and sand it, but you can still see the slight mark in it. You wouldn't know it's a seam now if you didn't know, if you know what I mean, if you just looked at it. But anyway, so that's one door, the other door, and the base. So I'm going to do the base silver. I'm going to do the back part silver for now, and then I'll do the green on it after, over the silver. Right, so I'm going to go out and do that now. Right, we've got that done. Now what I've got to do is mask off the white bit, and then go and paint the orange on the rest of the cab. Right, I've painted the back in this green. Now, I don't know how good it's going to be because this is the paint I used, and it's Tamiya, but it's for plastic. It's the only one I could find that colour. It's for plastic. It was quite expensive. Hopefully it'll work. It'll stick alright on there. I mean, it looks alright so far. I'm not sure about if I can, I don't know if it's acrylic or what it is. I don't know if I can lacquer on that. What is it? It's oh Christ, candy lime green. I've sprayed a bit on one of these tubs here, these little pots, shot glasses. I'm going to lacquer it just to see before I do it on here, because I don't want to balls up, but I've got to do the orange on the light first before I do that anyway. So that's where we're at so far with that. What else? Oh, the base is all done. The silver's all done. So that's all ready now for lacquer. Okay, and then what else have I done? Oh yeah, I've done both the doors. I've just put one coat of orange on. I'm going to put more, because obviously you can still see slightly through it. So that's as far as we've got. Right, okay, I got a bit carried away again. That's it painted. I've done the Ford letters in silver. I know you can't see them very well because the white and the silver look similar. Now, I used one of those Sharpie pins to do like the inside that bottom grill. It's just like the darkness through it, and unfortunately it looks like I've used a Sharpie pen. So I'm probably going to put a bit of my black wash in there and then just hand lacquer to make it look a bit better. I've done the side lights in silver because well, didn't know what else to do them in. Now the indicators on here are the same colour as the cab, but they're usually, the lens is obviously orange, the outside casing is white plastic. Well, it was on the one I had anyway. So that's I've done that as best as I can. It's not easy. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Now I'm going to put the jeweled headlights in, and as I've said before, those of you that have watched my videos, I use gem tack, and this dries clear, see-through. So I use that. Yeah, so let's put the jeweled headlights in. If I can open the blinking gem tack lid, I might have to use the pliers by the looks of things. Okay, that's it. And I still haven't got a new pot of this, and I keep saying I must get one, because it is starting to go off. So put a bit in there and a bit in there. It's not often I get that pretty much right first time. Put the lid back on. Right, okay, I've got these lights. I don't know what size they are, so don't ask me. It's rubbed off the bag they came in. I got them a couple of years ago. It was Corgi Bob that put them on, or put me onto them. I can't even remember who the hell I bought them off, but it was definitely on eBay. So, I'll drop one in there. Looks alright. The other one in there. There you go. That looks quite nice. And they sparkle nicely. And I think that's the first time they've gone in as easily as that. What have I done else? I've painted the lights on the back, and I've painted and lacquered the chassis. I need to move my camera up a bit now. Sorry about that. So that's looking alright. I've still got a couple of other things to do. I've done both doors the same, obviously, they need to be the same. Done the door handles in silver, and inside window winder and the catch for opening the door done in silver, and then these little bits here which were black plastic and the real thing, done that. I mean, they were pretty Spartan, these old trucks. What else? Done the interior, I've painted the interior black. Got it from the pound shop in Chester, black paint. Seems to be okay. I've got a can of matte black, a can of gloss black, and I've got some white and silver paint as well whilst I was there. That's what they had. I thought I'd make the most of it and buy it. So that's that. What else have we done? This part is lacquered, but I do need to still do the little orange light on there. It's a little bit too light, the green, but that's all I could get at the time. And ironically, when I went in the model shop in Chester, they had some that was pretty much the right shade, but I'd already done this part of it before we went on holiday, so I thought I'm not going to do it again. It's pretty close, it's just a tad light. Tad lighter than the real, well, you know, than the actual model was originally. So it's going to be okay, I think. I hope. So that's that. That's where we're up to at the minute. Okay then. I'll come back to you in the next bit. Right, okay, we're ready to put it back together now. Put the number plates on. I don't know if you can see them. Have to make some new ones. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because there's a lot of parts on this, I'll move the cab and all those bits out the way, and then we'll start putting all the gubbins back in the chassis part. I painted that black as well. I'm not sure if I showed you, I can't remember. Right, so move all that out the way. Now this is the belt that was on it. I have got another belt. Now they come like this. I can't remember where I got it. I know it was on eBay. I don't know if it was CJW Steam or something. There are a few different models, but it's for the Mammoth Steam models. So they are easily available. So you cut them to length. So I've just cut this one. It was in a circle like that, and I undid it and I've cut it roughly to the size of that one. I won't throw this one away, but it's a bit, you know, it's got a bit of rust on it and it's a bit ropey. It will do, it did work. So all you do with these, I don't know if you can see, it's got a narrow end, like a conical shaped end, and you just basically screw it into the wider end. I can't see what I'm doing. I need these glasses. So basically, and I'll do it this way around. Now I think if I remember rightly, it's easier to screw it backwards. So if you screw, you know, in an anti-clockwise, I think it will go in, and it kind of just threads in there. There you go. Perfect. So that's the way you do that. I'll keep, as I say, keep that one in there. Right. Shove him over there. Right, now we got to put this gubbins back in, so let's see. What goes where? Now then, so again, I need this piece, and this cog goes against this piece, which drives the brush, which is there. Now we've got to put it through. Hang on, I'm getting confused with which end. So it's got to go through this way, like so. And then we got to remember to put this one on. And I hope I'm putting it the right way like this. How am I going to do this? I need to hold it with something. Tweezers or something. Right. So that needs to go through there, and the belt needs to go there as well. Don't forget the belt. So push him through. And through this hole there. I don't know if you can see. Through that hole there. Okay. So now we've got to slide this one across. This pulley. Oh, that's coming out again. There's this pulley here that holds that shaft in. Now there's a bit of it. That's it. Come on. It is fiddly. It's going to be difficult because it's got to go. It's got to go on, but you got to get the splines right. Dang it. You've got to get the splines right to push it together. I might have to do it off camera. So basically what I've got to do is to push this pulley that way a bit onto the splines to keep this one tight to the chassis so that the shaft doesn't come out the hole like it's doing. Doesn't come out of this hole. So I'll just muck around with it off camera to try and get it in. Right, okay, we got that in. We had to use the pliers just to push it on. Okay, so next we got to put the brush in. So this end fits in this hole here. Make sure that you got the belt over the top. So we push that into the brush in there, and then that piece just sits down in that U-shaped piece to hold it in place. Then we need the axle, back axle. As you can see, that's also got the spline on it, and this pulley here has to go on that. But first we've got to pass it through the the axle through the hole there for it, in the wheel arch. Okay, so it's the same as that one down there. Make sure the belt is over the axle, and then push that on, and then we've got to get this spline, these splines lined up as well. I hate these blooming things because it's difficult to get the right ones lined up. I can't get it on. I'm probably not in the right place. What can I do? Maybe a little tiny hammer here. If I tap it, it might go on. Gone a little bit. Try a bit more. That's pretty much it. That's not far off now. Right, let's get the wheel on. Gotta say, I hate these ruddy splines. I think that's it. That looks to be it. Right, let's put this belt on. Let's get this belt on. Oh. Right, that's on. Okay, so what we got to do now? We need to get the brush on. So what I'm going to do, I'll put a bit of Vaseline actually on that cog. I'll put a bit of Vaseline on this. Whether I should or I shouldn't, I don't know, but I'm going to. I don't suppose it could hurt. I mean, I could put some on there actually. It's not going to hurt, is it? Right, okie dokie, next bit. Okay, we'll put this piece on, so we got to screw that on there. Now, got my belt in the way. So I'll put the screws in ready. Door. Me and screws don't mix. Oh, for God's sake. Well, there's one. There's one in the hole, it's not going to come out. We'll get the other one in there. Right. Let's get this in. So that one. Right, that's that one. So it's going that way, but jam's going backwards. So it's just as well that it only needs to go that way. Right, okay, let's get the other axle on. Front axle. Same crack with these wheels. Yeah. We're on. Yep, we're on. Right, that's that. Okay, so we've got that bit sorted out. I'll put that to one side. Right, let's get this on here. So this pipe has got to push into there. Easier said than done. That's it, she's in. Okay, so that's that. Now this piece, yeah, this should have gone on here. So this box, yeah, this box has got a hole in it there. So that's got to, this peg's got to go in that hole. And then that little peg there's got to go into that box. That's it, she's in. Now my camera is saying the battery's flat. Okay, so I'm going to have to come back to you once I've changed my battery. Right, okay, battery changed. Yeah, let's get going. Move that out of the way. Right, put that to one side. get the old cab. Got the glass all cleaned up. I couldn't get that very deep mark right out. I suppose I could have kept going, but it's just there. You can just see it all according to how the light catches it. But I've dipped this, so that just drops in. Oop. Like so. Push them in. It's alright. Interior. Do I put the interior in before the doors? Don't know. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to put the doors in. Before the interior, I suppose. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. The way I'm going, I won't get the doors in whenever I put them. Okay. Oh, now I've jammed it. Cabbage. Now I'll tell you what, I'll be annoyed if these don't fit, because I've got them all. You know what, I got that all fitting before I painted it. Maybe I've got to have them open. Right, let's get the interior in. Push him right in. He look alright? He looks alright. Okay, that's that. Now I think we've got to put the tank in first, or the tank on first. Tank or the back, whatever it's called. So that groove on the chassis goes into this little groove, or the tongue I should say on the chassis goes into that groove. This end of this pipe fits in that hole. Push that in, and then the cab should hold the rest on. We're going to get the doors in into those holes. That door's not a good fit. It still isn't a good fit. Okay, so let's get that screw in. Now I've got the wrong screwdriver. Hang on a minute. This might be a bit big, I'm not sure. Nah, she's alright. Get the other one in. Oop-a-daisy. Come here. Where are you going? Yeah, that's it. Oh, fuck off. God's sake. Come on, magnetic screwdriver, do your job. No, not magnetic enough. Oh, crikey. There. Now don't be magnetic now. That's it. Okay, that's on. That's on. These blasted doors anyway. It does open and shut alright, that one. You know, it has still chipped the paint, look, bugger. Even though I filed it, eh? Even though I filed it. Yeah, they're both chipped. Bugger, eh? Oh well. That's it anyway. Job done. Job done. Suppose I'll have to touch that up now. That's annoyed me, that, because I did take the trouble to and time to try and get these doors to fit properly. Perhaps I've tightened that a bit too much on there. Maybe I need to loosen it. Yeah, that could have been the problem. Right, well, I'll have to touch that piece up. You can see it just there. The bastard door's taken it. So it's all running and turning. The brushes are working. So that's that one. Right, okay then. That's another one saved from the Dinky scrapyard. She's a bit of a bitzer, as I've said before. Bit of this, bit of that. But yeah, it doesn't come out too bad. I'm a bit disappointed about the doors, or that door on the passenger side chipping the paint on the cab. You know, I did spend quite a lot of time trying to get them all working properly, because when I did the tipper version of this, you know, I had the same trouble, and I thought, well, it's not going to happen to me again, but it has, so never mind, never mind. I've tried. But anyway, so I'd just like to say thank you again to Mr. David Williamson for sending me this, well, it's not this particular road sweeper, part of it I should say, and some spares as well, some bits and pieces. So, you know, we've made one up out of what we've got, and there's probably enough, like I say, to make another one if we get the cab that hasn't got the opening doors. So I will do that in the future. My green back is a bit too light. The Dinky ones were slightly darker than that, but that's the only paint I could get that was anywhere close in rattle cans. So it's still not too bad. I am happy with it. I think it does look quite nice. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you like the outcome of it as well. And you know, I'd like to ask you to stay tuned for the next bit of this Christmas special, and yeah, I hope you enjoy both parts of the video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to be back. I'll do New Year's Day probably, a review of the year's models, the ones I've done this past year. We'll do a review, and then that'll be it for this year. So all I've got to say now really is enjoy the next bit of the video, and you know, hope you all have a very happy Christmas, and we'll see you again after Christmas, but just before the New Year. So cheerio for now, a bateau, bye, see you next time.